For staying with us. Now, comedian and vaccine ambassador Riaad Moosa is reprising his role in the award-winning South African comedy Material, a hilarious, heartwarming film about a dutiful young Muslim man who moonlights as a stand-up comedian in Joburg nightclubs. The new film, called New Material, is a heartwarming South African story about family with loads of laughs for everyone. The movie is about to be launched in SA with a star cast led by Moosa. Joining us now to discuss this is the lead character of the film, Riaad Moosa himself. Riaad, very good morning. Thank you for speaking to us. Now,
thank you for having me.
Now, you describe yourself as a comedian with an underutilized medical degree. You don't practice at all?
No, I don't practice medicine, and that was quite unfortunate because at the beginning of last year, obviously, all my gigs were cancelled at the start of the pandemic, all gatherings done, right? But people are like, don't worry, you'll be fine, you're a medical doctor, at least you have medicine to fall back on. But here's the problem, I don't remember anything. I haven't done medicine for practically 20 years. So I'm pretty sure my advice won't be cutting edge. I usually tell people, I used to tell people in my shows, if you're eating one of those whispers, one of those chocolatey treats, and it goes down the wrong pipe, and you go, is there a doctor in the house? I could spring to action and then entertain you as you slowly asphyxiate. That's the extent of my ability. But I'm trying to do some form of health promotion and spreading laughter, and they say laughter is the best medicine, so that's my excuse for collating my two careers. But I don't practice, I have to be honest. I don't practice. I've perfected it. No, that's just a joke. I talk a lot of nonsense.
So you did Material, award-winning. Was that the...
Unexpectedly so, but we won 5 SAFTAs. Yeah.
So that's obviously massive.
So.
And is that the reason for the sequel? At the point that you won those awards, is that when you decided that, hey, we got to have a sequel to this?
No, not really. In essence, from a creative perspective, you just follow your inspiration. And I actually started writing the sequel in, I think, October 2015. I completed the first draft of the script on the 1st of January 2016. And it's purely an expression of creativity. It was a story that I wanted to tell, and I wrote it over 3 months, but it was so bad, Craig Frymont, the writer, had to take 4 years to fix the script. And we eventually shot it in 2019, and now we're finally seeing it 2 years later. It should have been out last year. But it wasn't as a result of the success of the film. It's just I think, an honest story that we wanted to tell.
Now, what is that storyline?
So the story is a couple of years on. Kasim, who used to be this dutiful son in material shop, is now actually actively engaged with the life of being an entertainer, and he's been courted by the darker side of the entertainment industry, like his father warned him in the first film. Played by Vincent Ibrahim, who actually taught me how to act through scaring me into acting in the first movie. Now he has a lot of conflicts. The themes of the film is basically personal ambition versus family responsibility, personal ambition and trying to strive for success versus friendship. So I think it's things that a lot of people will be able to identify with. And I always say we want to make people laugh and cry, just like the original Material, and at the right times. Yeah, we don't want them to laugh at the drama and cry at the jokes. But at the Durban premiere, people actually came out of the film teary-eyed, and I don't think that's got to do with seasonal allergies, but they did come out, and I was happy about that. But I'm very nervous. I'm still very nervous because obviously there's the expectations because of the success of the first one, and sequels. There's always a thing about sequels, but the audience will decide.
Now, talk to us about some of the names that are acting in this film with you, people that we would know. In fact, also talk to us about your daughter. Was that her debut?
Yes, Hannah, we were able to get Hannah to play my daughter in the film. The reason for that is probably primarily nepotism. That's the primary reason. Also, I didn't have to pay her that much. Well, I did pay her, but, I kept the money. Now, I'm teasing. Well, it was a beneficial thing because, obviously, the intimacy of the daddy-daughter relationship comes across on screen. And the comfort that we have with each other would be much more difficult with another child. And she has the inclination to do so. It's so interesting because we shot the movie when she was 10 years old, and now it's coming out when she's just pre-teens, and she's becoming so much more self-conscious, and she can't even watch her own performance, and she's always like cringe, and I just, maybe it's just me as a doting dad. I think she did extremely well, and I don't think we could have gotten anybody that could have done better than that. But I mean, I'm biased, I admit. But she's in the film, and that was very heartwarming for me. Also, Joey Razdeen comes back as my brother from another mother, and our bromance goes through some turmoil. And we're fortunate to have Sculptor Poseidon also as part of our comedic trio on our road trip as comedians. And then we've got a lot of other cameos of comedians like Kagiso Mohadi, and then we've got this, even we happen to have like a cameo, very funny cameo from Mark Banks, the legendary Mark Banks. So there are a lot of comedic influences in the film, and we look forward to people seeing it.
Now, one of the things that you obviously do is you deal with the breaking stereotypes. Kasim, as a Muslim young man moving away from what would be a regular job into comedy, has this had an impact out there in your community around you? Do you get any feedback to young Muslims or even other individuals that say, you know what, this has kind of given me insight into I can break the stereotypes, I can work outside what is naturally expected of me?
I think to a certain extent, yes. So first of all, breaking stereotypes from perceptions related to perceptions.
Riaad, if you could just hold that thought. We've got a trailer that we'd like to play, and then you can speak to it immediately afterwards, if you will.
Sure.
Let's have a look.
Everybody wants to take pictures with me.
Just give me 1 minute, yeah?
They always give the Indian aunties the cell phone camera.
No, it's going on WhatsApp.
And she's the least qualified to actually use the cell phone camera. Just let me zoom in quickly.
Daddy! Mother is driving me up the wall.
Put on your jacket, Mariam.
Please, can we get our own place?
I'm working on it. Last year we were both sitting on 2,000 followers. Now you're up to 200,000.
It's ever since I linked up with Gate, I'm making a killing.
So what's your option, Aris?
The Kasim Cave National Tour.
Cool.
Lady Smith, Richards Bay, Panjanai.
Isn't it in Pangeni?
In Panjanai.
So he told us about the tour. It's very exciting. Eh? All we want is a bit of placement for Suleiman's chicken bite.
Is there a chicken bite in my name? Am I like a chicken bite team?
Man, we're moving up in the world, eh? Guess some paper.
Let's get the show on the road!
Assalamu alaikum, Rustenburg.
So, are you meeting any hot babes on the road?
Say, Paneer, I know that lady, brother. There was lots of fitna there, and the next thing you know, our husband is dead.
This must be fate. You and me taking the same lift to get to the same floor.
Like a rom-com.
I spoke to Shabir. He wants to welcome the audience.
On stage?
Yeah, he wants to do a little bit of stand-up.
What's the worst day of the week for Suleiman's chicken? Friday! Don't do the chicken joke, Shabir. It's messing up the whole show. Let me do the stand-up.
I hope Yusuf knows what he's doing. Because with these Lodian bras, you'll go from Kasim Cave to Kasim Bar.
Kasim Bar.
There is a dead pigeon in the Tupperware.
Why is there a dead pigeon in the Tupperware?
It's from Shabir. He's sending us a message. No.
Get down.
Ah.
They're trying to kill you.
Ah. Yo, that escalated fast.
Fortsburg Mabaras think you can dollar me and run away. I'm from Boksburg. Shut your mouth, sheephead.
Did I catch a bit of Arnold Schwarzenegger influence there?
Yes, it was Annie. Yeah, this is what I do the whole day in the house. Well, you know, so essentially the trailer follows the pace of a life of a comedian, which is interestingly enough. But parallel to that, we have this family story, and when they intersect, it creates a lot of conflict. So, relating to what you asked me about the perceptions of Muslims, I think when you can laugh with someone, and the important word is with someone, you break down stereotypes because people identify with you, and they realize that we're not that different, you know. But people also get insight into the conflicts that we have culturally, you know, I think a lot more Muslim comedians have emerged since I started doing comedy. That being said, it's still very difficult for comedian to be like a respected profession. Doctor still supersedes that by far. So I still put, if people want my profession now, even though I'm in movies and all of that, I have to fill in a form. I write doctor. Doctor, yeah, even though I don't remember anything, as I previously said.
Riaad Moosa, new material coming up in exactly 6 days' time. Wish you all the best, and we certainly look forward to seeing you on some international roles. Riaad Moosa outlining new material, his brand new movie sequel to material, and that comes up in a few days' time. Now up next.